We have a sampling of bits here that are used on polo ponies. The type of bit that one selects for each horse depends on, one, the style of the rider and what kind of hands the rider has, if he has a good set of hands or is heavy in his hands, but more so on the horse itself, its prior training and just the sensitivity and of the horse's mouth. Although sometimes different horses will play on different bits for different levels of polo. You may put them on a pelham for low goal polo, and you may move them into a gag for a higher goal match where you want the horse to run more. What I've got here in my hand is a double bridle, but this is a variation on a double bridle. Double bridle is also known as a bit and bradoon. This one, instead of having a snaffle, has a gag, so it is a little more severe. You can run the horse into the gag, but then you have the brakes that go along with the pelham. Next to that, we've got a very light and easy bit. This is more of a baby's bit for a young horse. It's called a broken pelham, and it has a snaffle-like effect by breaking in the middle, yet you have the leverage that you do get from a pelham. The other two types of pelhams we have here are a port pelham, a classic port pelham. The port is this rise in the bit here, and this makes the pelham a little more severe in that it puts pressure in the upper part of the horse's mouth.
Mike, you might mention rubber lip guards.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We have here a port pelham. The port pelham has a port in the middle of it, a rise in the middle of the straight bar that comes across. This gives increased leverage and pressure on the horse's mouth, so it's more severe than a straight bar pelham. The other thing that one takes into consideration on which pelham to use is the length of the shank. As you see here, we have about, what is it, about a 2-inch shank?
2.5, yeah.
Yeah, it's about a 2-inch shank on this bit, which makes it moderately severe. In contrast, we have here a less severe pelham. It's just a straight bar going across, and we have a shank that's just about an inch, maybe an inch and a half, an inch and a quarter at most. So it's a shorter shank, which gives less leverage. It's not as powerful and does not cause the horse as much pain. The smallest of them all is what's known as a tom thumb. Gets that name because the shank is only as long as your thumb. And this is a very, very light pelham, because there's not much leverage involved at all. Next, we move into the gags. We'll run through the gags and just based on severity. The basic gag is it's not a bit. This would not be known as a big ring gag because the size of the ring increases severity of the gag. The bigger the ring, the more severe the gag is. Also, the size of the bit that's in the horse's mouth. This one here is just a moderate gag. It's a fairly small snaffle in the horse's mouth and just average sized rings, not a big ring. Here we have a bigger ring, again about the same size bit in the horse's mouth, but a larger ring on it, so which would make this a little more severe. And then this would be the most severe of the three just I've shown you. It's just got more of an egg butt on it. It's a bigger snaffle to begin with, and again, much larger rings. This is known as a big ring gag. And then the easiest of them all would be this little fellow right here. Small rings and a tiny little snaffle in the horse's mouth. When none of the above work, we go to breaker realignment, which consists of a berry gag. This berry gag here, you can see there's two snaffles on it. It's a big ring, a very big ring. for severity, and it's two snaffles put together, and they're offset. The break is on a different point on each one, which increases the severity in the horse's mouth.